Well, it's that time of year now that we start to think about winter. I know it's something that a lot of us don't really want to think about yet, but we are starting to see the colder temperatures, the shorter days, and usually in October, we can even see our average first snowfall. October has 0.2 inches of snow on average. So what are we looking for in terms of the upcoming winter? A preliminary winter outlook. The La Nina pattern is something we are watching. Now, what is La Nina? You've heard of El Nino, and it's the complete opposite of El Nino. A La Nina pattern is you have these winds that come right off the South America coast, and with these trade winds, they upswell and bring in colder water in the equatorial Pacific. And even though this is very far away, it has a huge role on our weather pattern here in the United States when it comes to winter. So what does a typical La Nina winter pattern look like? So here in the blue, you got a polar jet, and in the red over there, you got the Pacific jet. Usually in La Nina winter patterns, the polar jet is able to dip farther south, giving more Arctic outbreaks and colder shots of air, especially here in the east. Meanwhile, you got a pretty strong Pacific jet, and that brings in moisture. So when you have the two of these combining, it leads to better chances here in the east of stormy weather and, of course, colder shots to the north and drier weather to the south. Now, what do we typically see here in the northeast when it comes to a La Nina winter? Variable temperatures, meaning up and down cold and warm swings, potential for more storms with that active Pacific jet and, of course, lowering Arctic jet stream. We have a better chance for Arctic outbreaks, as I mentioned, with that lower Arctic jet stream and also weaker jet stream as well. And then dependent on La Nina's strength, there's a difference between a weak La Nina and a strong La Nina, and we are leaning more towards a weak La Nina for this winter. So in terms of what NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, is looking at, here's an early outlook for December, January, and February. In terms of temperatures, they are leaning more towards above average temperatures for much of the eastern United States and southern United States, with colder than average in northwestern United States. But here in the northeast, again, leaning more towards above average temperatures for the upcoming winter. In terms of precipitation, they are leaning more towards a more active pattern, giving us wetter than average. You can see the dark blue here for much of the northeast, wetter than average, giving more chances of storms. So we're leaning more towards seeing a lot of wintry mixed scenarios here in the northeast when it comes to this winter. Again, this is an early winter outlook, but just want to give you an early outlook for the upcoming winter. Again, leaning more towards warmer, above average temperatures and potentially wetter than normal in terms of precipitation. Working for you, I'm 20th Storm Team Meteorologist Chris Bazakis.